Okay, Nigerians, come home. I take over the job of MTN. Nigerians, come home. I take over the job of DStv. When we hit back, the president of South Africa will not only talk, he will go on his knees to recognize that Nigerians cannot be intimidated, and we do not condone any one life being lost.
Nigeria has drawn a firm line. Amid rising concerns over attacks and the treatment of Nigerians in South Africa, lawmakers in the Nigerian Senate are now taking a tougher stance. They are calling for stronger action, including possible boycotts of South African businesses, a review of major operating licenses like MTN and DStv, and expanded opportunities to support citizens who may return home. This move is being seen as a potential turning point in Africa's diplomatic and economic relations, raising the question of whether it marks a long overdue stand for accountability or the start of a deeper political and economic rift between both nations. Like, share, and subscribe to AfriLin's news channel for more updates.
I represent the people of Edo North. I do not intend to repeat any of the statements that have been made very eloquently by all of those who have spoken. And my point is not only informed by the fact that we were all contributors to the struggle against apartheid. I remember very well that it was because of the struggle against apartheid that a Nigerian president, then head of state, Murtala Mohammed, declared before the Americans that Henry Kissinger, who was Secretary of State, was not welcome to Nigeria. In the words of General Murtala Mohammed, he said the era of gunboat diplomacy was over. Nigeria's commitment to eradication of apartheid is not negotiable. And they proceeded to nationalize British petroleum because the British too were supporting apartheid. So I can understand the pain that where we have built relationship, today we are looked at as if we are a burden. But for me, sir, I didn't come to the Senate to lament what is not right. And I know that in diplomacy, there is the law of reciprocity. What are the issues in South Africa? The president of South Africa did campaign openly that foreigners were taking the jobs that South Africa people could do. That is why his hands and his legs are tied. What is my response? These Nigerians who are in South Africa, they are not there on holiday. They are there to work and to earn. And which kind of job are they doing? There are two categories. Many are traders. Others are doing maybe some high-skilled jobs. So my view is that it is time to reciprocate. This Senate should adopt a position that MTN, a South African company that is cutting away millions of dollars from Nigeria every day, that Nigeria nationalize it and withdraw its license, so that Nigerian company can take over the MTN business and recruit more people. Those coming from South Africa will find good jobs working with the company that will replace MTN. And I know that South Africa president has interest in MTN. The second is that we ask the Minister of Communication of the federal government to revoke the DStv, which is also a South Africa company that is cutting away millions of dollars, even abusing, resorting to practices that will not even be accepted in South Africa. I don't want this Senate to be shedding tears, to sympathize with those who have died. We didn't come here to shed tears, and I'm not going to shed tears. If you hit me, I hit you. I think it is appropriate in diplomacy. It's an economic struggle. What the black South Africans are saying is that Nigerians are taking their jobs. Okay, Nigerians, come home. I take over the job of MTN. Nigerians, come home. I take over the job of DStv. When we hit back, the president of South Africa will not only talk, he will go on his knees to recognize that Nigerians cannot be intimidated, and we do not condone any one life being lost. If a crime has been committed under South African law, they have a right to bring any sort of person to justice. But But to kill our people as if we are helpless, we are not. By the time we turn in the economy hardship, we withdraw MTN license, we revoke DStv license. Those people coming from Nigeria, from South Africa will have good jobs to do. Let South Africa continue with their jobs. Then when we have this balance of madness, I believe there will be sanity, and we will kick our bilateral relationship in a manner that is a win-win. Right now, Nigeria trade deficit with South Africa. South Africa is the one benefiting. So my colleagues, let's not turn this place to a place of mourning and crying and lamenting. Let us bite in a manner that they will be the one begging. I so hold and I persuade my colleagues that when we come to prayers, we should include these two prayers. That MTN license be withdrawn, that DStv license be withdrawn. There are Nigerians who can provide those services, and they will employ those who are coming back home from South Africa. You bite me once, I bite you twice. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Senator Aliru. This joint decision between the House of Representatives and the Senate to South African Parliament is very important. I would like to see South African Parliament debating this. I would like to see them debating this and questioning themselves. And then also either they applaud for their citizens or they condemn their citizens. That people will come to do legitimate business. Even tourists to South Africa are being killed mistakenly as if they are going to work. You can imagine somebody, a surgeon from Nigeria, being lynched on the road by a mechanic in South Africa. And then his reason is that the surgeon is coming to take his work. And meanwhile, he's a mechanic. And the surgeon from Nigeria dies because he visited South Africa. So the issue goes beyond rhetorics. It goes beyond rhetorics. So I think it's something that we must, let's look at the prayers. If they are not enough, then we strengthen the prayers and then we take actions from there. So please, distinguished colleagues, let's not discuss too much on this. You have something to add? You have something to add?
Distinguished colleagues, my name is Senator Victor Ume, OFR, Nigerian Democratic Congress member. Mr. President, I rise to contribute to this very important motion brought by Senator Anyeke Aten through 4151 to this Senate. Mr. President, I was the first chairman of the Senate Committee on Diaspora and Foreign Affairs, and I handed over to Senator Anyeke Akpan. Mr. President, this is a very gory situation where Nigerians living in South Africa have over the years been disrespected, molested, annihilated, and hunted down. All their rights denied them. I was in South Africa in 2024, and I went to the Nigerian High Commission and interacted with the High Commissioner there. And I met Nigerian citizens who were invited for interaction with me. Mr. President, the stories they told about the type of hardship and the inhuman treatment they are subjected to was very grave and very worrisome. This is 2026. The xenophobic attacks on Nigerians in South Africa have continued. They are now hiding for their lives. They can't come out and do their businesses freely and move around. Mr. President, this is a situation where people are paying good with evil. This country contributed immensely to the end of apartheid regime in South Africa. You recall fire in Soweto when they were being burnt down, South Africans, black South Africans. They were hiding in their holes. And Nigeria came out very strongly to stand with them as our brothers and our sisters. The government of General Ramat, Murtala Mohammed, though a military regime, said that Africa shall be the center of Nigeria's foreign policy. And a lot of our resources were deployed to providing succor to the black South Africans. If we knew, or if Murtala Mohammed and sovereign governments knew that South Africa can stand up and begin to insult Nigerians, would have turned the other way. They won't have the liberty they have today. So for them to take Nigerians like animals is not acceptable. The African Union, which South Africa is a member, should rise now and impose all necessary sanctions against South Africa. Nigeria should also do reprisal sanctions against these people because they're also living in Nigeria. They enjoy the liberties, the freedom to live in another country. Because the white man developed South Africa, they now think that anybody who has come to South Africa is coming to enjoy. But when they were under the gruesome regime of apartheid, they had nobody to run to except Nigeria. So I want to say that this report from the committee chairman of Senate Committee on Diaspora should be taken very seriously. There are some who cannot even come back. They arrest them and seize their traveling documents and throw them into jails. Some are taken to the courts and they will be denied legal representation. These were the complaints I got in 2024. When they apprehend any Nigerian, they take him to court and deny him legal representation. Nobody will speak for you. And they throw the person in jail. So, my distinguished colleagues, South Africa should receive a warning from this Senate, this Parliament, and the government of Nigeria, so that they know that freedom of movement is guaranteed under the Charter of the African Union. We cannot continue this way at all. And these recent killings should be investigated. Nigeria would demand serious investigation in South Africa. It should not be going like this. Yes. Otherwise, we wait for them here. If we see them here, we'll tell that this country belongs to very civilized and strong people. We are not weak. We are not weak. We are not weak. I so submit. They should respect Nigerians in South Africa. No, please. I'm very angry about this. Don't tell me to submit. I'm very angry. If you go there, you see the inhuman treatment they're giving to Nigerians. Why should they do that?
Distinguished.
So, Mr. President, thank you.
Distinguished, everybody feels
I've
the
spoken
pain.
out of my
We feel your pain,
my
so
pain.
don't... Senator
Because I saw these things when I went there.
Don't worry, Senator
Nigerians should
Magudu.
be hiding in
Senator
South Africa.
Magudu, go ahead. It's not a discussion of one day.
Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Magudu.
Mr. President, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Oji Uzokalo. I represent Abia North. I would like to move a simple motion because all parties speaking are saying the same thing. I'd like to just move a simple motion to commute this thing to Committee on Foreign Affairs and what's the next committee? Diaspora. And one other relevant committee so that they will be able to study and come back to us in 2 weeks. So and national security and intelligence. Let us not, excuse me, gentlemen, listen, let us not kill our relationship. We are very angry. Nobody is happy. Our Minister of Foreign Affairs is in South Africa now. And the ministry invited the High Commissioner yesterday, and you have invited the High Commissioner. Let senators, not because of seeing them, within anything you say immediately, but not because people want to be seen in the television to speak about this. No, let us quickly set up these committees and come back to the Senate. So if it means a day, if for 8 hours, if it means a day, everybody in this Senate will speak. You give the 109 senators, including you, the opportunity to speak. That would be nice, because wasting our time and going back to taking the something. Yes, nobody is deviating from the Constitution. We are asking you to do it right. You must do it right. You cannot just do it the way you want to do it. Mr. President, I move a motion that we will ask our committee to give us a working paper. I so move.
Distinguished Governor, Senator, the motion, amend the motion.
Very distinguished colleagues, my name is Ahmed Ibrahim Lawan. I represent here in North Senatorial District. Mr. President, I really need your full attention. Chief Whip.
Chief Whip Emeritus, distinguished Senator Alero.
Please allow
can resume your
the
seats.
Senate President to listen to us.
Senate President Emeritus is talking.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Very distinguished colleagues. Mr. President, I've listened to the previous interventions by our colleagues with rapt attention. If we will spend the whole day of today on this matter alone, it's worth it, Mr. President. There cannot be anything more important than this, of course, except the security of lives and property in Nigeria. Nigerians killed, maimed, businesses destroyed. What are we here for? We speak for them. And I want to agree with you completely too, before I go ahead to agree with what the submission of Senator Ningi is, that we need to align with our other side of government. We need a proper briefing, but we need to stand on our two legs on this, because our perspectives will slightly be different from the executive perspectives, and our contributions to the solutions have different avenues. Mr. President, in the 8th Senate, similar thing happened. Nigerians were killed in South Africa without any justification at all. The Senate and House at that time set up a committee to go to the Parliament of South Africa with a parliamentary message from the Parliament of Nigeria. Mr. President, I would recommend that this Senate, after discussing, debating, and taking resolutions, we talk to the House of Reps. They should do the same. And then we have one parliamentary committee to consist of both senators and members of the House, whether the Foreign Affairs Committee or whichever. And I would suggest here that maybe the Senate leader should lead the team to the Parliament of South Africa, or the Deputy Senate President.
Or the former Senate President.
as it pleases the chair. Mr. President, that is one. Secondly, in 2019, July, they killed Nigerians. I was Senate President. Mr. President, I invited the High Commissioner, the South African High Commissioner here. Those who are in attendance probably could remember what happened, particularly Senator Ojikalu, who was then the chief whip. I told him to his face, enough is enough. You can't be killing our people while your businesses flourish here. And whether black kills black, they are the ones killing us. We are not killing them. They are prospering here. And therefore, we cannot be giving you very convenient, climate environment for you and your businesses. Meanwhile, you will not allow us even have decent livelihood by trading or doing businesses in your country. So, Mr. President, this is something that we need to do. I don't know whether you would like to do that. Engage with the South African embassy here. I don't know, but this is your choice. You and the leaders of the Senate or the National Assembly. Mr. President, Nigeria has membership in the Pan-African Parliament based in Johannesburg, South Africa. This is one kind of issue. If we still have members there who are here representing us, this is the kind of issue that we take to the Pan-African Parliament and debate it, because we are affected. And the members, I don't know whether you have them here, but they are supposed to be in the Senate and in the House. Normally the Senate leader is a member from here and one additional person. If they have not been taking part, let's start taking part, even though we are at the...
They are taking part. The Senator Salim Mustafa and the Senate leader are members of the panel.
Okay, that's great. This is one issue that if there is an opportunity for them to be at the parliament sitting, they should present this. Mr. President, I believe that we have every reason to do something. We cannot just be saying it's talking. No. Let's tell the executive arm of government what we feel and let them tell us what they think they can do. And then we align ourselves so that we talk the same language in different ways. Because that's very, very important. But I want to conclude here by suggesting that the House and the Senate should collaborate on this. We should partner and take one team. If there is need for us to send our team to the South African Parliament. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Well, to be honest, distinguished Senator Ahmed Lawan, I don't think your thoughts are different from mine. I've already sent a message that I would like to see the High Commissioner from South Africa to Nigeria. I also spoke with our Foreign Affairs Minister, Bianca Ono, for over 1 hour, 30 minutes on this issue. Like I said, if you watch those videos, you will not be able to sleep. So I was planning to meet with them and then come back to report to the Senate. I've taken personal action already, like you said, but I think this
41 and 51.
Yes, go on.
Thank you, Mr. President, for yielding this floor to me
You may wish to read.
to proceed with this all-important matter of urgent public importance. The intensifying xenophobic prosecution of Nigerians in South Africa and Ghana. A call for urgent national diplomatic and humanitarian action to defend the dignity, safety, and honor of Nigerian citizens. The President, Senator Nekan Bassi.
You are coming under order.
41 and 51.
What do the others say?
41. The matter of discussion shall
if possible, be referred to the President of the Senate after commencement of the dead sitting, and the President of the Senate shall refuse to allow the claim unless he is satisfied with the matter, that the matter is definite and urgent. 2, if the claim is allowed by the President of the Senate, the leave of the Senate is given by at least 1/5 of the senators. The matter shall stand down over till the next legislative day.
The matter shall
stand down.
But the distinguished colleagues, Senator Anyeka actually brought the matter which is urgent and very crucial. It's in respect of the diplomatic row between Nigeria and South Africa. The killing, the shaming, and the burning of shops and burning of Nigerians in South Africa. It's such a tragic incident. But like you said, I can just ask whether the matter should stand to the next legislative date, or do you wish to take it now?
I wish to take it now, Your Excellency.
Distinguished colleagues, is it the view of the Senate that if you're allowed to take the matter now, those in support say aye, those against say nay. The ayes have it, so you can proceed.
In early May 2026, reports of renewed xenophobic violence spread across South Africa with claims that Nigerian-owned businesses were attacked, properties looted, and lives lost. The situation has sparked widespread outrage, with continued allegations of harsh treatment toward African migrants, particularly Nigerians. Critics have also pointed fingers at the South African government, accusing President Cyril Ramaphosa's administration of failing to respond decisively, while some narratives suggest insufficient action against groups like Operation Dudula, who have been linked to anti-immigrant campaigns. In response, Nigerian lawmakers have taken a hard stance. In the Senate, figures such as Senator Adams Oshiomhole led strong condemnations of the violence and what they described as the humiliation of Nigerian citizens. Proposals were raised calling for tougher diplomatic and economic measures, including reviewing or revoking operating licenses of major South African companies such as MTN and MultiChoice's DStv. Some discussions even leaned toward encouraging the growth of Nigerian-owned alternatives to reduce dependence on foreign corporations and support returning citizens. The developments have intensified debate over Africa's unity and the limits of solidarity between nations. On one hand, there is growing pressure for accountability and protection of Nigerians abroad. On the other, concerns are being raised about the consequences of escalating economic retaliation and the risk of deepening divisions between two of Africa's largest economies. South Africa's ongoing challenges, high unemployment, inequality, and social frustration, are often cited as underlying factors fueling resentment toward foreign nationals, including Nigerians who are perceived by some as economic competitors. However, analysts argue that violence cannot be justified and that migration issues require structured policy responses rather than attacks on civilians. The broader issue highlights a deeper reality. Xenophobia is not only a South African challenge but also a reflection of wider economic strain and incomplete regional integration across Africa. While retaliatory measures may appear politically satisfying, long-term stability may depend more on strengthening domestic industries, improving governance, and creating sustainable economic opportunities within Nigeria and across the continent. Ultimately, the situation raises difficult questions about African cooperation in a globalized economy, whether solidarity can survive under economic pressure, and how nations balance national interests with regional unity. If this analysis resonated with you, feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more updates.